What are we talking about today? I don't write a script, I just do these off the top of my head. Oh,
Everybody sit down and be quiet.
it's time for Professor Jeremy to teach you something new. So how do you make a company better? There's a lot of guidance out in the world of how to make a big company better. But we deal with small businesses every single day, and every single situation is different. How do you make that kind of business even better? Well, the answer is I don't know. Just kidding. I do know. And I'm going to tell you. For every company out there, there is one problem that is actually the biggest issue that you're facing right now. And it turns out, well, at least in my experience, that every problem actually relates back to money. And you might say like,
monkey problems? No, I'm not having monkey problems.
well, no, Jeremy, that's not the case, okay? My mom's flower shop is doing excellent. She's got bundles and bundles of cash. She's just, she's having trouble hiring people. Well, Timothy, your mom actually has an incentivizing problem for employees, and that is a money problem. No, Jeremy. I don't have any money problems, okay? What I have is an internal problem. The culture of my company, it just sucks. That's actually also, in a way, related to your money. So like, what do we do about that? You see, there are three major components to solving the question of how do we make a small business better, and they all relate back to understanding your finances. We start with establishing an understanding of the financial aspects of your company. We take all of the information from your bank account, all of the information from any loans that you have, all the information from your credit cards, and we take all of that together and we put it into a couple of reports that help us to identify what's happening inside of the company. And these reports are actually specifically built to reveal things that are happening on a monthly basis. Because if we can understand what happened last month, we can then get a good idea of what might happen this month and what's gonna happen in the future. For example, let's take your mom's flower shop. I think that she can probably do a better job if she had software and systems in place, but she might not be spending the money there. You can say, well, we need to actually implement a new software that's gonna cost this much and make us this much more productive. By understanding the core issue that you're trying to solve and then viewing that issue from a financial perspective, you can actually make a lot of good changes and provide a better understanding as to how to shape the company's future. This is a really big task for business owners to take on. So you might need some help. And that's why what we do at Amarlo is so important for these small businesses. Now, I'm not saying that we're the only ones that ever do this, and this is not something that's new or original. It's just that it's pretty uncommon. Most people often think of accounting as doing the tax side of things. And that's okay. If you only need help at the end of the year, that's fine. And you want to make sure your taxes are done correctly, great. But you're missing out on so much information. There's so much that happens inside of your company that you might miss if you're not looking at it on a regular basis. And I know, hey, look at me. Look at me, right here. There are so many people that I have talked to that say, I'm so ashamed. I haven't looked at my books. I haven't done my accounting in years. I don't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on. But if you can connect with someone who can tell you what's going on, who can take those financial insights that they might have and connect them to real world applications, help you solve problems, your business is going to grow. Just watch. Just watch. I promise. I can't promise that because I don't know who you're working with, but it should, right? If you're doing it right, it should. So once you understand your finances, you understand your core problem and how the two are linked, you have to change. You actually have to implement a solution, the solution that you identify. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Jeremy, that's obvious. Of course you have to do it. But no, actually, that's the hardest part. In order to make a change, you have to keep yourself accountable. And that's why having that second person there, that sounding board, that coach, that's so important because they're going to check in with you. And when you're held accountable, you'll want to track the thing that you're changing. You'll want to see the progress that you're making, identify a way in which this company is improving. You can then track things like, well, am I making more money every month? Am I more profitable? How are my resources being used? How is the company culture improving from employee surveys? Are we having new benefits? Are we doing different things for the employees? What's happening? And how then is that related to a financial perspective? So how do you make a business better? You gotta start with your money. We need to identify what's happening from a financial point of view and then relate it back to the company core problem. We also need a sounding board or a coach, someone to help us connect the two, draw insights, and come up with a plan to implement going forward. And finally, we have to implement the plan. I know what's wrong. Here's the thing I'm going to do today to fix it. So I don't drink tea, I only drink glasses of money. I don't know if that's good.